Thank you. Good afternoon, Pep. We're speaking to you quite a lot ahead of big games at the moment. Does the battle with Liverpool in the Premier League mean that you arrive ahead of this game in the best possible shape, or does it take something out of you when you compare to the way Real Madrid have prepared?
No, we are in semi-finals, so we arrive the way we arrive. Different competitions. It's an honor to be here, as always, in semi-finals against, of course, Real Madrid, like would be Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, teams like in all history in Europe have been many times. The last decade we are there, we start to be there, so it's an honor to be here. Try to do a good 2 games, tomorrow the first, and we'll see next week.
The supporters have at times had a strained relationship with this competition, but what role can they play for your team inside the Etihad tomorrow night?
But I'm pretty sure they will come. They will support us unconditionally, and they will do our best. Hopefully we can do a good game to bring us, close to us and support us in the game. Especially come to enjoy the game against 2 good teams in semi-final Champions League and enjoy the competition.
Hi, Pep.
Hi.
Both yourself and the managers who came before you have spoken about how difficult it was to get Manchester City as a club and as a team to believe that they belonged at the top in the Champions League. How important were the 2 games against Real Madrid 2 years ago in bringing that belief to the club and to the team?
Listen, this competition we were through against Real Madrid, it was tight 2 games. And we are out in quarterfinals other years when we were tied to go through. So the reality is in the last decade we are already there, qualifying for the Champions League and group stage go through and arriving sometimes quarterfinals, sometimes 1 semi-final. So yeah, it's question of process, and it's nice to be. Always I had the feeling every time I was in Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and now here, arrive here. When I start, I don't expect to be here. For me, always I have the feeling right now, even being a few times in that position, is how nice it is, and being there in the last stages with the best teams in the world, in Europe. Being here, it's now try to be ourselves, compete good, and we have to do 2 exceptional games to reach the final, and hopefully we can do it. We can do good games, be ourselves, and it's not necessary to say how much we respect Real Madrid, how good they are, and that's all. And it's an honor, We want to, of course, reach the final and win the final, like Madrid, like Villarreal, like Liverpool. They won it, but in the same times, I will never underestimate the fact what we have done and being here. Never, ever.
Can I just add to that? You had defensive issues back then. I think Fernandinho played centre-back in the game here. You may have similar issues tomorrow. I mean, again, how does the experience of that help, and in terms of the belief that you can do it with, despite having personnel problems?
But we have a training session this afternoon at 4. We'll see the players like their doubts, how they feel, and tomorrow morning, have time to decide the lineup. I have to wait this afternoon, the training session, to decide how the people feel. But of course, I'm pretty sure the players have to play maybe in a position like they are not used. They are going to do their best. I don't have doubt about that.
Hi, Pep. Hi.
You've kept a clean sheet in your last 4 Champions League games. How vital is defence when it comes to players like Karim Benzema, who are in such great form for Real Madrid?
Yeah, I would say the 2 games against Sporting de Lisboa, the first game against Atletico Madrid, we played to not concede goals, but the second game against Madrid, we could have conceded goals. So the second half, Atletico Madrid was better than us and have last-minute chances. So yeah, I have to defend well, yeah, of course. And yeah, of course, Benzema scored a lot of goals against Chelsea, but not just against Chelsea, all his career, and he's a fantastic player, so we know it. But yeah, we try to defend well when we have to defend, because we have moments that we have to defend and try to, to create chances to score goals. This is going to happen.
The Premier League has said that they agree that fans deserve more of a voice, and this is following the government's announcement to go ahead with the fan-led review. I don't know if you've seen. Do you think that it's important that there's more involvement from fans in the running of football clubs?
Fans running in the football clubs?
More involvement of fans. It's the review of fans, particularly because you worked in Germany. So the government has approved this sort of review that's been done by the government to say that fans should have more say in the running of football clubs in England.
Yeah, the clubs cannot be apart or cannot be, close to the fans. Every action we have to try to do as a club, as an organization, always have to make, of course, sustainable. You have to earn money, to invest in players, in the facilities and whatever, but the club has to be there. But I don't know the rule and the law. I will speak with my CEO about this new government, but yeah, as much the fans feel they are part of the club and they feel they belongs to me, that's great. And of course the club, I think, will work on that. Yeah.
Hi, Pep. Just wondering, with Real Madrid's great success in this tournament, is there a mental barrier with City that once they win it, I'm not saying necessarily 13 times like Real Madrid, but they'll win this tournament regularly?
Well, if we have to compete with the history, we don't have any chance. They are better, so history speaks for itself. So, but we have the desire to compete against them. For us, play against Real Madrid is an incredible test and proof, and we wanna try it. We wanna try it in suffer when we are going to suffer, and be together, stick together, and when we have the ball and when we can attack, try to do as best as possible. So would be the same if we play against, I don't know, Bayern Munich or Barcelona or the teams like they are many times in these positions. And before the last decade, we were not. Almost never here. Now we start to be here, and yeah, it's good. It's good. Always will be winning, reaching the final, or reaching the final. Will be a good lesson for us, good learnings for us. That's for sure. And for the future will be good.
And just on something else you said, I think previously about qualifying for the Champions League, how that's the #1 goal each season for you in Manchester City. Should the fans of the club, given the success they've had recently, not now expect more than that? To do more than just qualify for the Champions League?
It's normal. When you don't win the Premier League for 20 years, when Sergio scored a goal, it's a paradise. And now when you win another one, they win another one, and when that is normal. But the perspective never can be loose. And the lose means qualified Champions League is a big success. Try to reach or win the Premier League again is a big success, and reaching that is a big success. And of course we want more. The fans want it, we want it too. But the perspective can be loose, and the fact that not just for being Man City, you have to win everything, you have to win all the time, you have to play fantastic way, you have to score every time 4 or 5 goals. That is not the reality. Reality in the football, this is a tough business, a difficult business for everyone, for all the managers, players, for sport directors, for the president, for the chairman. It's difficult business because everyone want to do it well. And yeah, when you started the season, the Champions League, you say you reach the semi-final Champions League, said, yeah, we signed it right now. So how difficult it is. Group stage, look, PSG and ourselves, Leipzig is the semi-final for Europa League, and it always is difficult. And that's why always, every time we make a step, so win one game in group stage, I'm happy. So I give credit the opponents, I know how difficult they are, and that's why. So once we are here, of course, we are completely focused to beat Real Madrid, that's for sure. But I will not say it's if we don't reach the final was not good, because I respect a lot of my players and I give credit the opponent, and that's why never will be a bad situation trying to do what we have done so far.
Hi, Pep. You're talking about the history, and it's of course 13 titles against one final appearance, which is of course last season. How does it exist in practice? What is the difference? Because you have been more traditional clubs in the Champions League like Barcelona and Bayern. what is the difference that it makes?
Well, the history is there. We cannot change it. But tomorrow play 11 against 11, and one ball is moving, and the decision making every second, and the players will decide the decision making will be good or will be worse. Of course, we play against players that have been in this position many times. I would say beyond reaching finals and winning. So that's why they have these kind of things that maybe still we don't have it. But yeah, it's also there are other issues that maybe we don't have it, they don't have it, I don't know. So at the end is we can hear with theories and we can imagine or plan what is going to happen, but at the end is a game against 11 against 11, move players and the quality of them, how strong they are mentally, they will make the difference. I don't think Carlo and myself, they are not going to win these semifinals. This game is players. Players is the reason why the people go to the stadium.
And one of those players, of course, you have been asked about Benzema, but I would like to ask you a question about Vinicius. He's only 21, and maybe because he arrived so early in Real Madrid, he has been through harsh criticism. But this season, he's been fantastic. He's stabilized himself in the national team as well in Brazil. Do you think that sometimes we rush into making decisions and criticism about young players especially?
From my experience when I was in Spain, when you are in Madrid, Barcelona, always is under scrutiny and always you are But with just that age, 21, and he's settled perfectly in a team like Real Madrid and play regularly, speak for itself. So you are young and settling, in the pressure you have to handle in this type of teams like is win and everything, and he's playing is because. So Real Madrid, like we tried to be here in Manchester City as well, and all big clubs in Europe, don't play because for a name or for granted or because you play because you deserve it. Otherwise, you don't play. There are another ones close to you, 5, 6, 7 players that can play in your position. And you have to be earning your position every single day and every single training. So that's why the big clubs always stay there for a long time. They are not rest. So the big clubs, when you win, take a shower. In the moment, you are thinking to win again. And it's a culture for the clubs, the big clubs. And we are learning, we are growing on that. And I came from one club in Barcelona, like I felt that was a ball boy, a little boy in the academy. And here we try to build this culture that you have to win every game, you have to fight for every game. And the players, I don't think Madrid, for example, don't buy players like they have quality to play in the team. All the players, they are there, they are good. Otherwise, Madrid, they don't sign the players. That's for sure.
Hi, Pep. Hello. It's the second year on the trot, you're in the semi-final, and you always talk about, that's where you want to establish City. So in a sense, is it mission accomplished for you with regard to where you're bringing City? Because you're in the stage yet again.
Listen, and as far will be manager, personally, my accomplish will never be accomplished, because I will have another dream or another target to reach it. About when we will decide together with the club, okay, it's over, and after everyone can say it's good, bad, accomplished, not accomplished, success, failure, up to you. So it's not a problem. So it will be another place in the future, and I will try we'll try to do it again. So it's not. Nothing changed my life the years when I won it or I didn't win it or I win or lose. It's not about that. My life is already completely different. I always just try to do my best, bring the team awareness that we can fight, we can do it, we can try to play good to beat an opponent like Real Madrid. When you play in bad, stick together, suffer together. It's going to happen minutes, hopefully as few as possible, and that's all. This is the motive or the motto I do my job.
Last couple in English, guys, before we do Spanish questions. Paul and then James Tucker.
Hiya, Pep. You previously described Real Madrid as the kings of the tournament, the kings of competition. What would it mean to you and your players to knock them out twice in the space of 3 seasons, given the the kind of difference in history between your club and Real Madrid?
What is, sorry, Paul, I understand the question.
So what would it mean, you talk about them being the kings of the competition. If Man City can knock them out twice in 3 years, that would be some achievement, wouldn't it?
Yeah, of course. Of course. So they know the fact that, they have been here many, many times, and always I said 2 times in a row for Man City, 2 times in a row being in semi-finals is so good. Yeah, many teams are not here, and good ones. And one day we will not be here because it's so demanding. It's so, you have to be so precise in the right moment. And that's why I said to my players, enjoy that moment. I don't know what's going to happen. So enjoy being here, training good today, prepare well the game, you mentally, and you never know. It's once in our lifetime we'll be back to be here in this position. Nobody knows it. So no sense in that stage is not enjoy it and try to be what I want, to be ourselves in the good moments and bad moments.
Sorry, Pep, just you said you'd need to see you said you need to see how some of your injured players feel at the end of the session. Is it looking unlikely or more likely Kyle Walker and John Stones won't make it?
There are doubts.
The doubts.
They didn't train last week, 10 days, and John since Brighton, so that's why. Today in the training session, I don't know, we'll come out and see how they feel. And tomorrow we'll take a decision. I will speak with them, how they feel. At the end is the most important thing. And we take a decision.
You've said, you might have to play some players in a position they're not familiar with, but they'll be able to do it. I think you mentioned about Gabriel Jesus at the weekend. Could you have to do something like play Gabriel at right back, or something different like that?
Yeah, he's not going to play right back, Abril. He's not going to play. I won't express that Gabriel can. You ask something, is going to do it, but Vinicius Gabriel will be a good battle, but he's not going to play that. Maybe I need a few minutes. He's going to do it, but no, I can't. Again.
Okay, guys, we'll take some Spanish questions. If you could raise your hand if you have a question in Spanish. We'll start in the corner.
¿Qué tal, Pep? Buenas tardes. Antón Meana en directo en la cadena SER. Quería saber qué es lo que más le gusta del Madrid de Ancelotti.
Ya, muchas cosas.
¿Y la que más? ¿O algo de lo que más le guste que tenga este equipo que no tenía, por ejemplo, el que se enfrentó con Zidane hace un par de años o cuando se enfrentaba con el Bayern o con el Barça, algo distinto?
No, muchas cosas. Siempre me ha gustado el Madrid, desde cuando jugaba, entrenaba. Hacen muchas cosas bien.
¿Qué tal, Pep? Diego Miguel Fernández de Mediaset. Te quería preguntar cómo analizas lo que ha hecho el Real Madrid en estas 2 últimas eliminatorias frente al Paris Saint-Germain y al Chelsea. ¿Cómo lo has visto, cómo defines lo que ha ocurrido y cómo lo analizas? Gracias.
La calidad que tienen no es casualidad. La gente dice, qué es casualidad, qué suerte. No hay nada de eso. Tiene mucho nivel en todo. La gente que dice no, porque tiene suerte. De eso nada.
Hola, Pep. Acá, a la izquierda. Soy João de Brasil. Me gustaría preguntarte, Gabriel Jesus, que ha marcado 4 goles este fin de semana, pero por Brasil hace mucho que no hace gol. La última vez fue la final de la Copa América 2019. ¿Qué crees cómo podemos hacer una comparación? Porque Gabriel se puede jugar tan bien por Man City y por Brasil no se puede hacer tantos goles o tener tanto éxito como tiene acá en Manchester City.
Es el mismo jugador. El mismo jugador tan excepcional que es en Brasil que aquí. Y Tite lo sabe, yo lo sé. Y Gabriel ha sido y será un jugador muy importante para la selección brasileña. Mucho.
Aquí. ¿Qué tal, Pep? Soy Edu Aguirre del Chiringuito. Como barcelonista, ¿te pone mucho eliminar al Real Madrid o has conseguido diferenciar tu faceta aficionado con entrenador?
No. Intentar hacer un buen partido para llegar a la eliminatoria bien a Madrid.
Hola, Pep. Soy Orfeo Suárez del Mundo. eres el entrenador o prácticamente uno de los entrenadores con mejor balance en enfrentamientos con el Madrid. Prácticamente apenas un 20% de partidos desde que entrenabas al Barça y posteriormente. ¿Eso se debe a que eres quizás uno de los que mejor conoce al Real Madrid, no solo ya futbolísticamente, sino también emocionalmente? ¿Hay algún secreto para tener ese balance tan positivo?
No. Al Madrid he ganado y he perdido. Al Madrid, como cuando juegas tantas veces contra un mismo equipo, se gana y se pierde. Esto no hay de esto. Y al talento de al Madrid, pues no se le combate de otra manera que intentar ganarles con más talento. Y esto depende, ha pasado porque he estado con buenos equipos, pero no me siento nadamente especial por el hecho de haber ganado o perdido más o menos, saber más o menos. Esto le pertenece a los futbolistas y no hay más.
Hola, David Álvarez del País, ¿qué tal? El año pasado, no, hace 2 años, después de jugar la primera parte de la eliminatoria en el Bernabéu, contó que había dedicado como 10 días antes a ver vídeos del Madrid, lo había estudiado muy bien. Esta vez no ha habido tanto tiempo, creo, porque hubo un parón de competición en aquel momento, ahora no. ¿Qué ha visto, qué ha encontrado distinto entre aquel Madrid de Zidane y este de Ancelotti? ¿Qué cree que ha cambiado en el equipo?
Hay muchos jugadores de aquella época que eran muy buenos de entonces. Fue una eliminatoria muy igualada, donde detalles decidieron y nosotros fuimos muy superiores, ni el Madrid fue muy superior ni inferior, fue lo que fue. Partido de eliminatoria de detalles. Y no lo que he visto de esto ayer, sobre todo de Real Madrid últimamente, he visto jugadores con un empaque de que sobre todo lo que más me gusta es el hecho de que en la dificultad, con 0-3, ves jugadores que levantan el dedo y dicen aquí estoy yo. Y esto es lo que mejor habla de un gran equipo como es el Real Madrid. Es decir, si van bien las cosas fluyen y si van mal dan un paso adelante. Y no uno, dos, dan muchos. Y ese es el aprendizaje mayor que hemos de tener nosotros, que estamos aquí por el 2º año consecutivo. Es la lección que más podemos aprender de jugadores con tanta experiencia, de un equipo tan importante como el Real Madrid. Hay detalles que veo que dicen, wow, el balón no les quema. Con 0-3 el jugador les quema el balón, a ellos no. Modric dice dámela, y Toni Kroos y Carvajal mismo, David Álava, Benzema por supuesto, y eso es el valor. Pues cuando hablan de suerte, no, es porque tienen un peso de saber jugar en la dificultad, y eso lo sabemos, y intentaremos copiarles en este sentido y hacer un buen partido para llegar al Bernabéu y hacer otro buen partido para llegar a la final.
¿Qué tal, Pep? Mario Cortegana, de Marca. Ha hablado de la evolución del club y de cómo se está acostumbrando a estar en estas fases a nivel deportivo, en semifinales, el año pasado en la final de la Champions. ¿Ha notado usted esto también a nivel de mercado? Por ejemplo, ahora que se enfrentan al Real Madrid, con un ejemplo como el de Haaland, ¿nota que la gente también, delanteros como Haaland, jugadores así, prefieren venir al City? Gracias.
No tengo ni idea.
Hola, Pep. Buenas tardes. Miguel Ángel Díaz, de la cadena COPE.
Hola.
Llevamos en España unos cuantos meses debatiendo estilos. ¿No se parece que se valora o se da más importancia a ganar de una manera o de otra? Tu trayectoria hasta ahí, lleva muchos años en los banquillos. Ha dicho Xavi, por ejemplo, que para él el club más difícil del mundo es el Barça. Ancelotti dice que él apuesta más por competir y que el fútbol es defender y atacar. A Guardiola, si su equipo gana y no juega bien, ¿le vale, le satisface? ¿Qué opinión tiene de este debate? ¿Tiene más mérito ganar de una manera o de otra?
No tengo opinión en este debate.
Okay, we're done, guys. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Raheem. You've won every domestic trophy in your time here. Does the Champions League represent something of the holy grail for this group of players?
Yeah, every season we come in, we're a club that's always looking to challenge for all the big trophies, and the Champions League's the one that's we haven't quite got our hands on, and it's one that we're focused on. Yeah.
The last time we were sat here for a Champions League press conference, Fernandinho revealed he'd be leaving at the end of the season. I don't know if you can maybe bring us up to speed on your own future and where that is, because obviously you're approaching the final year of your contract here.
Yeah, at the minute, just happy to be playing, happy to be contributing with the team. I think that's the most important thing. At this period, I think it would be selfish of me to speak of any contract situation, and just happy to be playing football at the minute and see how it goes at the end of the season.
Thank you.
Hi Raheem, you've got 23 goals, I think, in the Champions League, makes you the third in the list of England's all-time Champions League top scorers. I mean, what does it mean to you, this competition, and do you think it brings out the best in you?
Yeah, it's obviously a special competition. It's a competition that every young English player wants to be in. So it was no different growing up. So yeah, every time I play in this competition, I try to give my utmost best, and the music, the atmosphere on the night is always special.
Raheem, Paul said there you got 23 goals. I think you're third, fourth on the list of all-time English scorers in the competition. Obviously for you, the team is the most important thing, but how important are those sort of personal goals and achievements for yourself?
Yeah, it's like anything. When you make your professional debut, then it's on to the next thing. It's scoring your first goal, and then after scoring your first goal, it's as a human, you always look to try and do better, and that's the case with me. Every season I come in, I try to see how I can improve, and of course with these things that come along, I'll always try to see, if I can get the English record, and that's what I can do.
Is it important for you at the moment to see yourself contributing to the team? Is that you feel you're contributing to the success?
Yeah.
Whereas last year maybe there were other things going on.
Yeah, as I said, as a player, a forward, to be playing and scoring and making assists, and as you said, contributing to the team is a massive thing, and that's where you get your confidence from. And as I said, at the moment, happy to have a part with the team, and trying to contribute as much as I can, and that's all I ask for.
Raheem, Real Madrid showed the great power of reaction against PSG and then against Chelsea. It's part of that tradition, really. How much pressure does it put in the offensive players? Like, you cannot afford to miss a chance because maybe in the end of the game, Real can score 2-3 goals and go through.
I wouldn't say that's necessarily the case. Yeah, they have last couple of games scored some vital goals late on, but I said we have the players that's been in high pressure games to know how to deal with them, and come tomorrow night, I think we'll be fine over the two legs.
Hi, Raheem. Just kind of what you were speaking about before last season, I think in an interview you said the 2020-21 season was a difficult period for you. You had a negative feeling. How are you feeling now? How has this season been for you, and where are you at with your game?
Yeah, as I said, I think playing and contributing a lot more to the team this season. And yeah, I'm in a good mood, a good spirit. The football club's in a semi-final for Champions League. We're fighting for a title. There's not much more I can ask for. So yeah, I'm in a great spirit.
Sam, go back, please.
Hi, Raheem.
Hi.
Do you think your role in the team has changed over the 5 or 6 years that you've been at City in terms of what you need to give on the pitch? I know you said recently the team's more about control now rather than fast wingers. Have you had to change at all?
I wouldn't say that I'd had to change. I think it's pretty much the same from I first got here, and probably just personnels have changed, and that's all. But I wouldn't say that I had to change my game at all, no.
Hi, Raheem. Real have not played, I think, since last week. You've obviously had a fixture this weekend. How much of an advantage is it for them to have had a clear week? And also, the league for them is effectively done while you're still pushing. What kind of role does that play in terms of keeping you guys sharp and keeping your rhythm? Is there any advantage in that or disadvantage for you?
I think that comes down to you know, we can say them not having a game and us having a game is beneficial for us or beneficial for them. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to tomorrow night. Who's best prepared mentally, physically, and who wants it more, really. So what's happened in the previous week or so doesn't really matter to a sense.
Okay, Rob, last one in English and then we'll take some Spanish questions. Rob?
Hi, Raheem. You mentioned before about, perhaps about a year ago you weren't playing as much as perhaps you would have liked, and now you are playing regularly. Did you have to change anything to work your way back into the team, or was it just a case of getting your head down and proving to the manager again that you deserve to play regularly week in, week out?
Yeah, as I said, it's a team full of competition. It's the competition that makes you thrive, and once you're performing, you just want to keep playing. If you're scoring, making assists, or winning games, or whatever, you just want to keep playing. And sometimes you have to come to understand that there's a lot of players in the team.
Okay, thanks, guys. We'll take some questions in Spanish. If you could raise your hand so we know where we're going with the microphone, please.
Hola. ¿Cuál es su opinión acerca de Karim Benzema?
No.
Question is.
What's this one?
The question is.
What is your opinion about Karim
Benzema? Sorry. A top player. I think a player that's to be playing at such a high level for such a long time. It's a remarkable thing, and it goes to show what an incredible professional he is.
Next question.
¿Qué tal, Raheem? Mario Cortegana de Marca. Te han preguntado antes por el Real Madrid, por su fuerza en la Champions. ¿Cuánto de importante es lo que ha hecho el equipo de Ancelotti en el Bernabéu contra el PSG y el Chelsea? ¿Cuánto lo estáis hablando en el vestuario? ¿Y cuánto de importante es para vosotros salir mañana con un resultado positivo de aquí? Gracias.
Yeah, we know not just from this season, from previous, seasons history as well, how good they are in this competition. But as I said, all that's happened in the past. All we can control is making sure we're prepared, right? Making sure we're mentally ready for the challenge ahead. It's a game over 2 legs, and that's all we could do. We can't focus on their previous games or whatnot. All we can focus on is tomorrow at the Etihad.
Any more questions in Spanish? Okay, thank you, guys.
Cheers.